All right, hello again. So it came to my attention that somebody was not, somebody that I know personally, was asking me spark plug. He watched my spark plug video and then he was watching my carburetor video, and he was not happy um, with the way I explained a couple things. So when I explained my spark plug video, I explained that this is the electrode, this is the ground electrode, and the way I read it is I read it from 0 to an eighth, 8 to a quarter, etc., to WFO. And I explained it to him via mechanical slide carburetor. This is a mechanical slide carburetor. I twist the throttle body, the slide opens, okay? This is what's called a constant velocity. Air comes in here, but the vacuum is created by this little channel right here. You can hear the vacuum. So regardless, so there's three types of carburetors. There's CV, which is constant velocity, okay, which is controlled by air pressure. Then there's mechanical slide or flat slide, which is controlled by the operator who pulls on the throttle cable. And I don't have one here, but there's what's called round slide. So that's where the throttle cable goes into the top of the carburetor, okay? There's more to this than that. There's side draft, downdraft, updraft. There's multiple, but what we're doing here is we're just focusing on motorcycle carburetors. In the world of carburetors, this is what comes stock on a Harley Davidson. That's why when you're sitting at a stoplight and somebody's bike pops and snorts, it's because the slide can't keep up with some of the pressure differences because of the rear cylinder firing behind the front cylinder, and we're not going to get into all that crap today. So mechanical slide, flat slide or round slide, this is the best carburetor you can do. And it's a multi-stage, like I said before. It has a pilot, it has a mid-range, and it has a main jet. And then to top it off, you can adjust the jet needle, which is the main jet needle right there. It's called the jet needle, and you can put shims underneath it. It's basically for racing. This will get you down the road. This will get you performance, okay? So all carburetors on motorcycles, whether it's a CV, constant velocity, a flat slide, or a round slide, they all work on the same premise. The pilot jet is 0 to an eighth. The pilot jet, let me back it up. The pilot jet controls 0 to an eighth. But no matter what carburetor you use, the pilot jet is on from the moment the motorcycle starts, period. There's nothing you can't turn the pilot jet off. You can, but your bike's going to run like shit, and it's just going to be a nightmare for you to try to tune. So again, it doesn't matter what carburetor you're using. The premise is the same. The pilot jet is on all the time, no matter what. But the way I broke it down was, for the mechanical slide, the easiest way to understand it is 0 to an eighth, 8 to a quarter, etc., all the way to WFO. That's what I was trying to explain or purvey. Would that be the right word? So anyway, don't get frustrated with this stuff. It's really not that difficult. So we're going to go back to, that is a fuel metering screw. That is the inlet. This midway point, this invisible line right here, where that jet needle is, that is where the venturi is. The venturi is the tightest part of the carburetor. So again, if it's inside the venturi, it's a fuel metering. This one is also a fuel metering. The inlet, then this is the outlet into the intake manifold. That makes it a fuel metering. And again, I'm a huge fan of Mikuni flat slide. So this is the inlet again. This is the inlet to the intake manifold. This is an air metering. So it's before the venturi. Anything before is air. Anything after is fuel. You know, I try to keep the stuff as simple as possible. I could bore you with all kinds of the science stuff, but then you're going to get bored. So I hope that helps. I try to keep my videos as short as possible. I'm going to work on the FXR tonight, and then Project DRZ. My throttle cables finally showed up. I'm going to install the mini choke knob. So we're going to get rid of this choke cable, sorry. And we're going to put this mini one on there so I can mount it on the DRZ and not have to build a bracket or figure out a way to hide or to mount this up. So watch out for DRZ videos. I've got to do 2 more things before we get on Project DRZ, but watch for DRZ progress, please, and have a good one.